Welcome. My name is Tracy Cook, and this is the podcast series Victim to Victory. This series gives a voice to those that have overcome obstacles in all forms, that dare greatly to share their real stories. Amazing humans that have seen hope and risen above those adversities to become victorious, that now go on and support, empower, and inspire others to do the same. So please subscribe and comment to go in our monthly draw to win access to the Brand Your Story Academy podcast creator course. Now, we have a very, very special guest. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this interview. And Lisa is going to tell her story very, very soon. So welcome to Victim to Victory.
Thank you, Tracy, so much. This is fabulous. I'm so honored to be part of your podcast. It's going to be a wonderful experience. And yeah, you're beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, darling. And thank you very much for the compliment. Now, I really want to emphasize how empowering and inspiring you are, not only as a Life by Design author in the Amazon #1 best-selling book, Life by Design, how to create the life and business that you've always wanted, produced by Kim Ward and published by GWN Publishing, Lil Bukowski. Now, you're a superstar in your realm because you're the creator of the AWE Factor Tribe, where women can feel free to find their authentic voice and truly feel seen. And don't we need that more than ever, especially as women? You're a certified Diamond Academy coach who specializes in transformation of self-image and confidence, as well as an online marketer working in the space for over 8 years. So you're very seasoned at online marketing. And not only that, our Lisa is a loving mum of 4 beautiful children and a brand new little 7-month-old granddaughter. And it's been her lifelong passion to give her family a life full of adventure and show them that they can do anything that they truly desire. Now, that is definitely leaving a legacy. And she spent many years being a single mum working in corporate while running her online business on the side. Now, I know that you're doing many things, but we would love to know, Lisa, where does your story start?
Okay. That's a
Deep
really
breath.
good question. Yeah. I want to be impactful. So, of course, we have to be vulnerable. And my story starts probably with, well, as a child, you would see in my chapter, but having this sense of not being worthy and all this stuff, you go about life not living intentionally. So you get married, you have the kids, and you do the normal thing. However, at some point in time, I realized that things weren't as I wanted. And so you live in a marriage where, potentially there was some infidelity and you want to make it work and have this beautiful family and you have the children and, you put all your efforts into everything. And then one day you realize, no, this isn't my life. I do not want this. I want more. It's scary though. I came to a point where I didn't really have a job. I was a stay-at-home mom running a daycare, 4 children. From the outside, somebody would think that that was an amazing life. But when 2 people no longer connect anymore, it's draining, it's tiring, it's exhausting. And so you say, that's it. I can't do this anymore. And the day that I decided to leave, I didn't have a job. I didn't have anywhere to go. And I probably had only about $48 in my account. But I knew, and I was focused on this desire that I wanted a wonderful life. I felt that the most important thing was that what I was showing up as, and I can say this with these types of words now, but at that time I could not explain. So if you ever feel like you've got all these emotions and things in there, but you just can't explain it, I totally get it. But I just knew I wanted more, but I couldn't explain it. And so I stayed focused on what I wanted. And that's what got me through, leaving a marriage of, it was about 15 years, and leaving with the 4 children. I even managed to buy a house, and I don't even, and get a job, all in like a matter of months. And, it was, for me, it was, how am I showing up for my kids?
Definitely. Definitely. And
You
at that
know?
time, Lisa, as well, what were the feelings? Because you've got this dream that you wanted more, but was it stress? Was it fear? What were you
Mhm.
feeling around those times?
Am I doing the right thing? That feeling of like, not knowing if it's right? That feeling of being scared and being ashamed, worried about what people are going to think. Is she being selfish? All those feelings when you're wanting to be something more for your kids, but show them what life could or should be like. And then you just do it. You at the end of the day, you just make the decision,
Well, we're
because
only just one decision away from changing our lives always, aren't we?
yeah, that's all it takes. Yep, most definitely. That's all it takes.
And where did you go from there? You've got the 4 kids. How old were the kids around that time?
My oldest was 13, and then it went 10, 6, and 4.
So you've got your hands full. And then you've
Yeah.
returned to work as well?
Yeah, I was a stay-at-home mom for about 4.5 years at that time. So they didn't know me being outside of the home. Well, the older ones may have, but I needed to do what I needed to do, and I probably even got a job at that time that most people would say I wasn't qualified for, but I was persistent because I knew that I needed to make a decent income and I needed to get this job, and it needed to be a specific, like, no weekends and this and that, because my home life was being unpacked by courts and all this stuff. It wasn't everything that I would desired. So, I got a job that I was persistent to get. I bought a house that I was persistent to get. Man, when I think back of all the things that unfolded for me, but I was just so focused on this one vision of everything working out. And it's tough. It's really tough in those moments.
Mm.
Wow, when I think back, yeah, it's really tough in those moments to stay in your power. But you have to stay focused on the outcome, because if you get all caught up, wow, it can be heavy. Yeah,
And I
it can be
suppose
really
there was
heavy.
sleepless nights and the uncertainty with the children, and the what rang through to me here, Lisa, is just your focus to create just such a special life for your children, and not giving up on that vision. Just keep being persistent and keep showing up, and just going through the grit to get to the outcome. And then it all works out, doesn't it? Where did you go from there?
Oh boy. So I spent some few years working corporate, and I that's when I started my journey inside online marketing, because being a single mom and, just having your hourly rate wage. And then I've always dabbled in like reading books and watching inspirational people and, videos and just really, I've been in kind of the online community for a little while. Everybody's just so inspirational. And it always just kept this little kind of nugget of a fire in me, right? To then one day it's just sparked and it's like you need to run with it. So I did several different kinds of like online marketing, network marketing type of businesses to make a little bit of extra income on the side to help. And that's always been kind of my fallback on that. Somebody would say it's the other way, right? Like you need to always make sure you fall back on your job. But for me, I was just so focused for more.
So you're filling the gap.
That's where the inspiration and the encouragement and that everything came from was online and these things. And then of course events, because at that time, of course, we could travel, whereas it's different.
We could be in person at events. I remember them days.
Yes, you know what? I really miss events. I'm a community person and people, and that's where I was a good seat warmer. But you know what? That's what kept me filled up, was having that inspiration poured into me and all that kind of stuff, so, and of course, some successes with my online, businesses, and that's truly what kept me in the arena, let's say.
So you've moved into the online space. You've listened to your gut again. You're going to do it anyway. You're filling the gap. You're living your dream. You've got your house. You've made it. You're empowering yourself. You're showing your children what it's like to make a decision and see it out and stick it out, because we're only just one decision away from changing our lives. And if things don't change, things don't change. And you're such an advocate for that. So what does life by design mean to you?
Life by design for me is understanding that we're co-creating. And what I mean by that is that we intentionally create our lives, good or bad, by our thoughts that we think and the feelings we feel and the actions that we take. And so if you stay focused on what it is that you want, what you can design your life. You can literally have the life that you want.
Now, a lot of people have vision boards or future boards, and that's all okay, but you still have to show up daily and consistently, don't you?
Yes.
Regardless,
yes.
Despite the obstacles and until success, right? They're the two most powerful words after I am and despite and until. And what do you hope that people really take away from your chapter? And your chapter in the Life by Design book is designing a life intentionally. And I love how that ties into your story and your journey as well. So what do you hope that people really take away from your chapter, Lisa?
That they're powerful, that everything lies within if they just listen and just focus. And this is something actually that I have been saying for a really long time. I'll say it to the moms. I know we have a beautiful audience, and it's I'm not saying it is not for the dads and the men and whatever, but as women, we have this different way of looking at how we need to show up, because we become mom and caregiver and taxi driver and all of the things before we become who we are or what we allow. But 1% of our day, so in all the minutes of the day, 1% is broken down to 14.7 minutes. You can give yourself 1% of your day to dig here, to dig deep. And then you will truly understand what it is to live life intentionally, to design your life. That's the message, because that's where you're going to find the power.
Well, we've all got the greatness within us, don't we?
Every single one of us.
And I heard Les Brown say once, Lisa, that the graveyard is the most expensive real estate on earth because that's where your dreams and hopes go to die.
Oh,
hits me every time I say it. Hits me every time I say it.
Yeah,
and what is a key piece of advice that you would share of not only how you overcome your obstacle, and I know it's about not giving up, but what would you share on just in general of how to overcome an obstacle?
Don't be so hard on yourself. Have grace. At the end of the day, every single one of us are human. And stop looking for the perfect way. We have divine timing, and everything has its place in time to happen. And so collect your thoughts. A feeling is the secret. And so just have everything be aligned. And when everything is aligned, then you can move forward. And challenges won't look like something difficult. You'll then be able to go within and look for it at how it is that you can grow. Because if we're done growing, then I believe we're at the end of our journey, and I don't want to be there yet. So
definitely.
So it's okay that we have to grow, and that challenge comes for your growth. So.
And I think sometimes too, when we're stuck with all these obstacles in our path, and it's just one obstacle after another, and you've got a goal or a vision or a mission in place, and you're showing up despite and until, and there's all these obstacles. Lisa, I really firmly believe that it's the universe or the creator or God or whatever you believe in, putting obstacles in your way to see how much you want that thing, right? Just to see,
Exactly.
just to test you how much you actually want it.
Yeah. How passionate are you? How persistent, and how willing are you to grow through it? Right?
I like that. Grow through it.
Yeah. Because if we already knew perfectly how to do everything, we would have absolutely everything that we ever wanted or needed at now in this moment. You believe that, then that's more power to you, but you need to know that there's more beyond.
Oh, definitely. How powerful. And how are you helping others now? And where can we actually connect with you as well?
The best place to probably connect with me is Facebook. That's my home base. So you'll find anywhere on there to connect with me. There's links and stuff. And yeah.
And how are you helping others at the moment as well?
So I'm a confidence and transformational coach, and I have a group as well. So to help others grow, I create value and content and post in there every day in order to, assist and help people reach their desires and their dreams.
Confidence and transformation, two very worthy words that everybody could do a little bit of every single day, regardless of where you are in your journey. Then confidence and transformation is definitely going to help you feel like your life is being more balanced as well. So definitely reach out to Lisa. We'll be sharing where to connect with her. She is a powerhouse. She's inspiring. She's empowering. She is a wealth of knowledge. Go follow her. Thank you very much for being brave to share your story as well, Lisa, because I know that we're talking pre-show and how hard that was to kind of tell that portion of your story. So I really respect that for you. You can find the Victim to Victory podcast on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And if you got value from today, please follow Lisa. We'll be sharing out where to follow her. Grab the Life by Design book. It is available on Amazon. We'll be sharing that as well. And the chapter is Designing a Life Intentionally. Please subscribe and comment to go into the draw to win access to the Brand Your Story Academy podcast creator course. Thank you very much, Lisa, for being a guest today on Our Victim to Victory. You are so valued, and I'd love to do a part 2 with you at some stage of your journey to
Beautiful.
catch up with you as well. And remember, wear your story like a superhero cape and not an anchor. See you on the next episode.